All right, beautiful people. Let me grab a sip of hot coffee here. Before we get started with today's message, as you know, I am presenting the Marvelous Minutes, and this week I'm doing a series on personal finance. And today's topic has to do with CPI, inflation, and the purchasing power of a dollar. So let's start with CPI. You've seen that in the newspaper, you see it in the news, you see it all over your internet. CPI stands for Consumer Price Index, and the official definition is the government's method of measuring the price of goods and services bought by urban wage earners and clerical workers. The graph that I'm looking at right now charts the overall increase in the cost of living since 1967 as a result of inflation. Now, this could be a question on Jeopardy over the last 52 years because this started in 1967, this particular study conducted by the United States Labor of Statistics. $1 in 1967 was worth $1. Wow, what a concept. And guess what? Now it's not. So Consumer Price Index, the 52-year average inflation rate has been 3.79%. And I just was looking down when I was studying this. There's no particular year that I see here that it was actually 3.79%. So be careful whenever you hear about those averages because math can do some funny tricks on you. So that's what CPI is, the Consumer Price Index. Well, what has happened, Marvin, with inflation? Tell us a little bit about inflation. The Consumer Price Index is the government's statistical measure of the changes in prices. It is commonly used to measure the rate of inflation. So that's what we're talking about here, inflation. What that basically means is at this point, since 1967, this is being filmed in, say, 2021, our purchasing power of $1 right now is 13 cents. It was $1 for $1 in 1967. And at the time of this study that was conducted and this white paper that was printed, we're now at 13 cents. Something else that I looked at to kind of get a little techie for a second is really we haven't been above 5% inflation since the late 80s. And since around 1990, we've been 4% or lower. So certainly we're hearing about some possible inflationary benchmarks that are coming, but we are very healthy in relationship to this chart because in the early 80s, it was as high as 13% inflation. So the definition of the purchasing power of a dollar is it's the government's method of measuring the price of goods and services bought by urban wage earners and clerical workers. And so I just explained to you the chart. And so that's where we're at. So don't get all too excited when you hear inflation or CPI. This was only serving to whet your appetite on what it's all about. The key is if you've met with a financial planner such as myself and you have a professional person that can look at your tax situation and look at where you're spending money and more importantly, where you're saving money, you can fight the causes of things such as inflation. So that's today's Marvelous Minute, part of our personal finance series. You can certainly reach over here and see some other places that you can find us, and we'll be glad to stay in touch with you. Call us if you need us. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. I'm the founder of Marvin LeBlanc Insurance, serving all of Louisiana residents for over 35 years. Take care. Hello, marvelous people. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. Marvin LeBlanc, and today I just want to tell you, you can actually have it all. Yes, you can have a great insurance company, a great agent with great service, a person that's been around for 35 years and is still growing and learning every day. If you want to have a relationship, you can have that with me. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. I'm a State Farm agent for the entire state of Louisiana. I can be found at Facebook page Marvin LeBlanc State Farm. I can be called at 504-731-6767. Reach us today. Bye-bye.